because I am fully depending on the technology. And what you think? Are we out? The system, the system is telling me that we are out alive on a Facebook group, Real Estate Rockstars. Hello, Rockstars. Here is your host, Hannah. Today, our coach, Mike Cribbin, has joined us to talk about hot topic. Okay, everyone is talking about it. I got 3 letters for you, NAR. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I will ask Mike to start with the soft launch and just reminding everyone about NAR lawsuit, what happened, why did it happen, what is the outcome, how many millions NAR is owing, and any potential outcome out of that. So, hey, Mike, thank you so much for coming to our jam session.
Oh, you're very welcome. Very welcome. It's a very interesting topic today.
Yeah,
But
yes.
I want to start with a quote from Chicken Little. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. No, it's not. The sky is not falling. Things are changing, but not as much as everybody feels. I've heard some agents at a breakfast yesterday say they're looking for a job. They're trying to get out of the industry. Some are trying to morph their business into a pay for service. And it's like, whoa, stop. The sky isn't falling. Things really aren't changing that much. Now, yes, there's a huge lawsuit out there, and NAR settled for, what is it, 417 or something like that.
Million, okay.
Yeah, lots of money, lots of money. But just because they've settled and all the other things that they agreed to doesn't mean that's the way things are going to end up. This has not gone through the courts yet to get approved. This antitrust thing is still, it's a mess. But we have to go back and think about how this all started and why it started. Well, there's a couple of lawsuits going on, and what they are saying is that the sellers were duped, the buyers were duped because agents were dupes. And by that, what I'm saying is really what happened. Agents were saying that the real estate, or the buyers were saying that the real estate agents were saying, I'll help you, it's free. Well, it wasn't free because the sellers were paying the commission. That's part of it. And they were, some of them got upset because what happened? The homeowner raised their price to cover the cost. So somebody, where do we live? We live in America, the land of the free and the home of the take it if you can get it. Yeah. So what they did was they sued because the house was jacked up in price to cover the commission that the agent was saying was free. Now, with that, there's the flip side that they were also saying that the agents, because the commission was listed in the MLS, the agents were only showing them houses where they made more money.
Oh, okay.
So with that,
Mhm.
who's the fall guy? It's always the agent, the
Yeah.
one who doesn't make the most money. NAR makes the most, and then the state association, and then the brokers, and then, I mean, it just trickles down. Finally, it gets to the agent, and we're always the fall guys.
Mhm.
But with that being said, sellers feel they didn't get to see all the houses that they could have been interested in because the agent was only showing the ones with the higher commission.
Mhm.
So, with all that being said, and the hundreds of millions of dollars that are being paid or tentatively are going to be paid, NAR has saved a lot of agents because
Mhm.
it gets rid of any possibility of them being sued
Mhm.
over this issue. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Now, is it changing the industry?
I would
Well,
say there are some side effects. Just let me interrupt you a little bit. In our area in Northern Virginia, I have seen some homes listed, but buyer's commission is 0. And that's first.
well, you see, the problem is you're not supposed to see in the middle of July and forward, you won't be seeing the commission
Oh,
because, well, you'll see the seller's commission, but you won't see the cooperating commissions,
okay.
um, supposedly. Who knows how the paperwork is going to come out? Our association doesn't have new paperwork yet. The contracts are still the old contracts. This is too new. The attorneys have to write them, and they're going to eliminate the uh, cooperating commission,
Mhm.
supposedly. Who knows? We just don't know yet. It's too early. But if you're a real estate agent, don't go looking for a job. Don't get out of the business. Things aren't changing that radical. If you
Stay-
look, if you look at it, you have to adapt to
Mhm.
change. Change is a constant. It's always happening, and it will always happen. But rest assured, you will still be able to make a living in real estate. Don't go clamoring that you've got to get out and take a job or whatever. No, just, and don't take anything I'm saying today as gospel because
Mhm.
it all depends on your state, your brokerage, your MLS, whatever they want to set up. That's what you have to follow. I'm just giving the broad stroke overview. But I will tell you what a lot of people are doing. This breakfast I went to, some agents are starting to contact title companies and try to work with the title company as a fee for service for doing a contract, just being a transaction broker.
Yeah.
Okay, great. You should have been doing that in the past anyway. Always work with people to get leads. Now, the big thing is, how are you going to commute? How are you going to communicate with buyers?
Mhm.
Well, the first thing you're going to have to do is make sure you've got a buyer's agreement in place.
Spell it
Make
out.
sure it's ready, signed off on, and so forth. They're saying that you're probably going to have that and your commission agreed upon before you can even start showing houses. You won't be able to get in a house unless you have that. So they say. So just, that's something we should have been doing anyway. Now, with that, how many agents out there were signing those the day of closing? They would go, oh yeah, here's some paperwork. We've got to sign this buyer's agreement.
Agreement at the day of closing. You're kidding me.
Yeah, many of them were. So now we have to do what's right. We're more than likely going to have to sign and get that up front in writing before we start showing a house, and tell them what they are going to get for the commission. Now, what does that mean about the commission? Okay, we're not going to have an agreed upon commission in the MLS, they say. So with that, you're going to have to, if you were my client, I would have to say, I am going to work for you for X% or X dollars and help you find a house. These are the services that you're going to get. So you can do something along those lines. Can you still sell houses? Yes. Are you still going to get paid? Yes. Are you going to make less money? I don't know. You don't know. But it's still there. It's just the industry changing, morphing a little bit. Now, you as a buyer's agent, how are you going to get paid? Well, you are going to talk to me, the selling agent, and we're going to agree on a fee schedule. Now then, with that, are you going to get money from the buyer? You can, because I can say my seller isn't going to pay any part of yours. So you've got to get all your money from the buyer. Or I can split some of my commission with you. Or there can be a fee for service. You can just say, I'm working for this amount of money doing this. There's several different ways to still get paid. We just don't know what they're going to come down and say how each one is structured. At least they haven't yet. But I'm looking here, I printed this out. You can also get concessions from the seller. If you're a person and you don't have the down payment, you can still get the seller to pay the commission, but we have to get that agreed upon up front. You can still get the seller to pay closing costs. You can still get that to happen. It's just we have to be totally upfront, clear about everything. It has to be transparent. Everything has to be shown to the parties. We can go in and say, we're going to be listing a house. I want to list your house. And my commission is XYZ or whatever it is. And for that, we are not going to be paying any buyer's agents. Now then, what does that do? And we can tell them how that operates with other agents and with the buyers so that everybody knows. Oh, the big thing, excuse me, I gotta interrupt myself. The breakfast I was at, they had a speaker there, and he was saying that there's problems with this commission structure, and he laid out a few scenarios, and I'm looking at these scenarios and I'm thinking that's not going to fly. And then 20 hands went up, and there were probably 30 different alternative ways to get the commission and list things and how you have to phrase things. That has not been ironed out yet.
Yeah.
We're not sure. So what happens? Your broker will tell you exactly how things have to be done once you and the MLS come to an agreement. Once they come to an agreement, things are going to work out. It's going to be fine. You're still going to be a real estate agent, a broker, or whatever. You're still going to have your own business. You're still going to have to work your butt off and not make much money. But it's still possible. It's still possible to do business almost as normal. I was talking to a gentleman in Cincinnati the other day, and he said, my business really isn't going to change. He said, because I've always signed a buyer's agreement up front. I've always signed a commission agreement with the other agent, and I've always shown that to the buyer or seller. He said, so my business really isn't going to change much. Well,
Yeah.
good. We're all going to have to be that way. There's just very little that we have to do, have to change, I think. We don't know.
So we don't know exactly. The dust is settling, but there might be a positives kind of coming out of it. I see two. Correct me if I'm wrong. One will be that this can weed out the bad agents. And the other one is that we have to operate business as a business owners. And then guys, you have to have all the agreements, listing agreement, buyer's agreement. It has to be signed up front. So it will only improve the way of you doing a business, but it will also protect you.
It will
So
protect you.
I think that, even though now we feel the uncertainty, good things can come out of it, right?
Always, always. The glass is half full. You've got to look at it that way. Otherwise, I mean, what's the number one thing a real estate agent has to do? And that's prospect.
Yeah, get a
That's
client.
get leads, get people in the funnel, move people along. That's the main part of business. This other part is just the periphery. It is just the stuff. It's a little more paperwork and a little more clarity, a little more upfront, but you're still doing the same things. You're
Yeah.
not going to be changing. And as you say, yes, it's going to eliminate some agents. Definitely. There are those that are running with their tail between their legs right now. They're scared. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're scared. Why?
Another thing what comes out, I think, to me is that whoever wants to stay in a real estate, which can be very profitable business and a good, honest way to make living, is that we need to improve communication skills, and we need to improve negotiation skills. And then also the ability to educate clients, because buyers and sellers, they don't know behind the scene what really it is about to be a realtor. And they need to be educated in a way that they will understand, somehow understand the lawsuit and the ramifications, but also uh, what is included in a real estate commission, and that the realtors are actually working.
Right. Well, what some people are saying is that the realtors have been making way too much money. The houses that the realtors are the reason why housing prices are so high.
Oh, really?
Yes, because
We also
you're
we
making,
print money.
yeah, you're making the seller pay all these commissions and they have to raise the price. Well, it's
Ah,
been like that forever and a day. So that didn't cause the spike of the housing prices to go up. People can say that's part of it, but it was the same way back in the 60s and the 50s. That's the way the commissions really started working.
mhm,
And it's just an old system, and the realtors played within the legal framework that was set out. At
mhm.
least most of them did. And now the legal framework is getting tweaked,
It's being updated.
updated. Yes, exactly. And you know what? If you want to be in business, no matter what business it is, you have to continually change, grow, morph yourself into whatever it is. Things change. I
Yeah,
mean, there was a time when, you would go down and buy a car. You would haggle like crazy.
yeah,
Now, there's a lot of places there's no haggle.
true.
This is the price. And you can haggle all you want, but they're not coming off their price. Some a little bit just to make you feel good, but most of them don't. Um, Houses, yes, there were some agents out there that were going in and they were looking at the list price and say, well, we've got to go 50,000 over, 100,000 over the list price in order to get, to get our offer considered.
Hmm.
Many agents just blew that up and said, well, we're going to get the house. We're going to go, you know, 50,000 over asking. We'll get it. Well, that just put more money in the agent's pocket, and the seller's like, yeah, yeah, okay, we can do that. I think many of the agents around here anyway put it in the contract that the commission was based on the list price,
Oh, okay.
not the selling price, so
Mhm.
that some of the buyers didn't feel they were paying an upcharge in the commission also. I saw a lot of contracts come across my desk with that written in it. And
Mhm.
it was like, huh, okay. Not going to say what I thought about it, but there were a lot of them that came across my desk that way.
Mhm.
Just everybody take a step back, take
Mhm.
a deep breath. It's not over. The world isn't coming to an end, I don't think, today, but your job isn't either. You
Mhm.
just have to wait it out, jump on it, and keep doing business as normal right now, as normal as it's always been. Just be a little more transparent.
Do you think the role of NAR will change since NAR like owns the industry almost, I would say?
That's a good question.
Mhm.
That's a good question.
I would say that I would feel kind of a disappointment and disapproval from the realtors when it comes to NAR. Like, we are feeling that they let us down.
Well,
Yet we depend on them.
yes, I've heard that. I've heard many agents say that NAR, you know, sold us and well, I've heard other agents say, well, if it wasn't for NAR, the next thing that could happen is somebody could go back to one of my deals and just file a lawsuit against me.
Okay,
And they
there you go.
could keep going after all your past clients could say, hey, look at this. We can
Mhm.
do it too. So NAR put a stop to that.
Okay, always look for the bright side. There you go.
Exactly. The glass is half full. Yes,
Yeah.
you got to pay NAR dues, and they'll probably go up.
Well,
But
$417 million, I think we'll need to participate.
oh yeah,
But but the world is changing and always will be changing. We need to adapt. People will be moving, right? It's an election year. I would say the market is in a good shape. It's we have to stay consistent, keep looking to get the leads, improve communication, and just keep going, right? Because what else is there?
exactly. But if you're my competition and you want to get out of the business, that's fine. Go ahead. Go
True.
ahead. I'll take your
Right.
business. That's the way you have to look at it, because a lot of agents will get out of the business and there will be more homes to list. It's
Mhm.
coming.
Yeah. Well,
So,
last time we were chatting here at the jam session, I think you put some information about, I don't know, 70, 80,000 realtors leaving the industry.
mhm,
And I don't think that that has slowed down, and this situation can only add oil to the fire, right?
mhm,
But once again, people will be moving and they will need a realtors. They will need representation because the transactions are the most expensive transactions we are doing in our life.
mhm.
Selling.
But here's what's going to happen. Well, right now, the general public thinks that the housing prices are going to just drop because of this. They're gonna they're gonna make the real estate agent commission go away. And well, guess what?
And sellers will drop their prices? No, come on.
No, it's not gonna happen. And if well, I heard somebody at the breakfast say they're gonna go to a fee for service. They're gonna charge them $1,000 to be a transaction broker. And another guy said 2,000. It's like,
But okay,
okay.
let's open it up. If you have a couple more minutes, that will not work. Just how much is marketing, how much effort, time, and money you put into your business to get $1,000 for a transaction.
And
Then
that's just an example. It could be,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, sorry. So where do you see it going? Like the transaction? I don't think so.
Well, you're going to see a few more of
Hmm?
those realty companies pop up that are, transaction brokers, or you might see some lawyers getting involved now.
Finally, they figured out a way.
They found another way to get money.
Yes.
So they're going to go after them. I don't know why they haven't gone after them. And anyway, they get a third of all their of whatever. And talk about antitrust. Don't all of them ask for the same thing? They get at least a third. So anyway, off my soapbox. I didn't say that. Edit that out. And but the prices aren't going to go down that much if they go down at all. And here's the deal. Realtors are still going to get paid.
Mhm.
Buyers and sellers, both realtors are going to get paid. It's just the seller is going to pay one and the buyer is probably going to pay most of the other one. Now, what is that going to do? That's going to change some other dynamics. That's going to change debt to income. That's going to change the amount of cash you have to have available to buy a house.
Yeah.
Because now you got to pay that commission, whatever that commission is. You've got to pay that. So, do the sellers have to lower their price so you can afford it? No,
Mm.
they'll sell it to somebody else. There just won't be that much competition for it.
Mhm.
And like we say, it's all a crapshoot. We don't know enough yet. We're out here saying
Speculating.
hypotheticals as to what is going to happen or what could happen. But I will tell you, I will still be in business next year doing the same thing I've always been doing. I'm not going anywhere. The old dog can learn new tricks, and that's exactly what you have to do. You've got to learn how to handle the new way of doing things. They're probably going to offer a couple of courses here or there on it. Take the courses, learn, and then you're going to say, I didn't learn anything because I already knew that. Well, great, good for you. Maybe some will learn it, or maybe all the ones that don't know it and aren't practicing it will be gone. Yeah, snowball's chance. Not going to happen. Just remember, Chicken Little, the sky isn't falling. It's just a cloudy day.
Yep, indeed, indeed. You know what? I love it. However, can we get back on it in couple months maybe? If we see any specific changes, just
Sure.
to open up the topic again and see what is the outcome and where, in which field or skill gain would be the best for realtors to improve their knowledge, communication, negotiation, and just to help and support our members. What do you think? Can we do that?
I think we can. I think that would be great.
Yeah, love it. Mike, thank you so much. Guys, thank you for watching. If you have any questions on our coach Mike Cribbin, please chime in and we'll bring them up on our next jam session or interview with Mike. Mike, thank you one more time for your time, and I'm looking forward to see you next time soon. Thank you.
All
Bye-bye.
righty. See you later.
Bye, guys.
Huh.